Assalamu alaikum guys, I'm ARK. I was not uploading videos these days because I was really ill. I don't know what happened to me, whether it was COVID or not, but I was really ill. I was not in my senses. I was not able to make the video. Sorry for that. So in this video, we'll be seeing what are the types of input we can take in HTML. In the previous video, we have seen what are the attributes we can use with generic input fields like text and all. But in this video, we will be seeing some special type of inputs. Those will be text, but we'll see what are the different kinds of input we can take. So let's get started. So the first type of input we are gonna see apart from normal text is password. So we can use shortcut as input : password in VS Code. So it will already have a type of password. The input field is generated. It will already have a type as password. Okay, I am fumbling a bit because I'm still not that well, but I am able to make the video. So we can write a name here like password to identify it in HTTP in server, and we can give a label. In for we can use password as we are referring to password, and the label to display. As we know, this attribute will have semantic importance, that this attribute will show browser that this label refers to this password, and this will be displayed actually on the website. So let's go live and see it in practice. So you can see we got a password field. So its speciality is it will hide whatever we type in it, and whatever we type in it is case sensitive. That means we need to keep in mind which case are we typing in, capital or small. And the next type of field we will add is date time local. So we will take an input of type date time local, and there will be a colon between hyphen between these, date time local. And we will add a label for, you can write anything like for birthday, birthday, and you can give a name attribute. Enter date of birth. So you can see we got a field where we can enter date. So you can select time from here, and you can select years from here and months from there. Basically this we can add date to it, and if we tap today, it will mark to today's date, that is 29 May. I hope this was clear. And the next attribute we have is basically these are the series of date attributes, date and time attributes, whatever. So we'll just copy this and paste it here. So we'll just remove this and type month. So if we want to just take input as the month of birthday, we can select the month here. We can do this month if we want May to be selected, like this. So this is cool. And the other thing is week. We can also take input as week. You can see which week we can select whichever week we want, and we can select this week if we want the present week. Whatever, I am taking example as birthday, and the goal of the video is just to show the different types of inputs we can take. I hope everyone is clear with the syntax at this point, syntax of HTML. And the next thing we can do is time. So you can see here we can add a time, hours and minutes. You can scroll it down, and you can scroll this down too. Whatever time it is, you can adjust it. So these were related to date and time. These all these input fields were related to date and time. So the next type of input we can take apart from date and time is range. Range input field will have three attributes. That is its minimum value, which will be 0 in our case, and maximum value, which will be 5. It can be used to take ratings, and range also has many applications, but it depends on your creativity where to use it. And it will have a step attribute which will specify each step represents how many values. Like you can also give 2 or you can also give 5 and create a 1 step range, but I'll give 1. So that means 1 step represents 1 value, and we will give a label as range whatever. So you can see we got a range. We have 5 steps exactly, 1 2 3 4 5. We can also add tick marks here, that is the lines, using an attribute list. Will add tick mark, and we need to create a data list here. Data list is a separate tag, and here we need to specify the ID, and it should be same as list attribute, which is TICKMARK, and we'll give options. In options we will specify the values like 0. We'll duplicate options, Control Shift 1 2 3 4 5, 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. These options won't be displayed on the website. These are just for semantic importance. That means the browser should know that which step contains of which value. You can see we got the lines. This is 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. I hope the range was clear. And the next type of input we can take is URL. It means we can use it if we want to take a URL from user as an input, like link. We can ask for a link to our user. So we'll write input URL. Name will be link. So you can see we got. If we write anything here and hit enter, it will give a red line, a warning that this is not a URL, and it will ask us to enter a valid URL, that is https://www.something.com, and now it won't give any error if we hit enter. So you can validate a URL using this. Let's add BR tag and another BR tag, and another similar input tag we have is an email. We'll give a label email, enter your email, and we can use email. So you can see it will also require us to add something.com. If we just type something random and hit enter, it will not let us move ahead. we need to add something at example.com, or any email, any valid email in order to go through. That is it for the video, guys. By this we have completed all the text type inputs. From the next video we will be taking images, files and checkboxes or select boxes from input. So stay tuned for that. And if you like the video, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends. See you in the next one.